Hi, I'm Melissa, and we're here today with Sheldon, aka Funny Deuce, on Twitter. Sheldon, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Professionally or in my spare time?
Both.
Professionally, I am the community manager for a company called Sysomos. We make social media monitoring software. I spend a lot of the time playing on the internet, and in my spare time I like to play on the internet.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you may be on the right career path. Possibly. Social media is really hot right now.
That it is.
So I hear. So why don't you tell us a little bit about, the analytics and tracking of it, because that's what you guys do, right?
Yeah, we specialize in sort of social media monitoring. So we help people to find where their brands and their competitors are being mentioned all across the social universe.
Across the interwebs.
The interwebs. I thought I was the only person who said that.
I love the interwebs.
Yeah, all across the interwebs. So you're looking at your big ones like your blogs, your Facebook, your Twitter, and we also go into forums and online news sites and whatnot like that. So if you're a big brand, you probably already are, or you're going to want to be tracking yourself somewhere online because people are talking about you and you have to find it.
Why do you have to find it?
I have to find it, or why do you want to find it?
Well, you said you have to.
Well, no, you probably do have to find it. It's just always important to know. It's sort of a PR thing. If people are going to be talking about you, you sort of want to know what they're saying, especially if they're saying it in the social media space, because it's sort of a platform to broadcast to the rest of the world. Whereas if me and you were sitting here without this camera talking about brand X, nobody would really care because that's not going really past me and you. But if I mention brand X on Twitter, there's a good chance that at least 2,000 people are going to see that, maybe more. If you follow me, it will be more. And so yeah, so you just want to have a pulse on what people are saying about you. Some companies want to focus on, well, who's saying bad stuff about us. But you really want to know what everybody has to say because all of it's kind of important in the end.
So what do you do with all the information once you see who's saying what about you? What else is important? Like, maybe the sentiment and how exactly they're mentioning you. Like, are they saying, I hate your brand or I love your brand? What are the different things to look for?
Yeah, that's actually a really good question because there is, like I said earlier, somebody might be saying something good about you, somebody might be saying something bad about you. It's important for you as a company to sort of find out what these people are saying. If somebody's saying something good, it might be nice to say, hey, thanks for saying something really nice about us. But if somebody's saying something bad about you, you may want to step in and sort of be like, well, why are you saying that? If they're having a problem, well, what can we do to fix that? It's sort of being able to be in touch with your customers, your potential customers, your public in general, and you can have a conversation going rather than just feedback from one end. You can actually sort of converse with them. So again, bad stuff. I see a lot of companies who they'll see somebody say something bad about them on the internet, and they'll sort of step in and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. What can I do to improve this?" And even if you're not going to sort of step in and say something to them, it's always good to know what your public thinks about you because it gives you ideas for when you're planning in the future.
Mm-hmm. For our customers who are hosting their websites with myhosting.com, what sorts of ways can they bring social media into their actual websites?
That's a good question. One thing I tell a lot of people is, you see a lot of people saying, oh, social media is big, I'm going to get here, I'm going to be on YouTube, I'm going to be on Twitter, I'm going to be on Facebook, I'm going to start a blog, I'm going to be on this site, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. So my name is everywhere. And I think that that's a big mistake.
Okay.
I think you should find something that works specifically for you and your company and focus on that. It doesn't necessarily have to be one thing. You may want to be in a couple different places, but pick something that's going to work for you and make that actually work for you rather than sort of spread yourself thin across, okay, I got a profile on each of these sites. That should be good enough.
So then it sort of dilutes your image, right?
Yeah, and it's sort of like, okay, well, I'm on that site, but I'm not really doing anything there. Whereas, like, maybe I'm using YouTube and making these awesome videos like this, And that's what's really working, and my public is really into seeing these, so we're going to focus in on that. And so if you're going to get into social media, it's really good for promoting yourself, but find something that's going to work for you and your company specifically, and don't try and just try everything for the sake of trying it. Do something that you think is going to work and something that you think your public is really going to be into.
Cool. Well, thanks so much, Sheldon. How can people find you online?
Lots of different places. You can find me on Twitter. I tweet for my company at Sysomos, SYSOMOS. You can find my personal one where I tweet for me and my company at 40deuce, 40DEUCE. Websites all over the place. You can find most of my stuff at flavors.me/40deuce.
Or you can just Google him.
Or just Google 40deuce, and I'm the one that's not the burlesque house in Nevada.
Awesome. Thanks so much for coming out.
My pleasure.